Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of Game 3 of the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League semifinal matchup between the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. This series is tied at one game apiece in the best-of-5 series, and it has been a slobber knocker. These two teams are both very intense, very aggressive. There has been elbows flying and tempers flaring, and we are here in New York for Game 3 with the series tied at 1 as the Knicks took the last game from Chicago 106-93. And now we head to Madison Square Garden here in New York, the world's most famous arena, for Game 3 of the series, and the Knicks can take control with a win here tonight. So thank you all for checking out tonight's broadcast. Let us go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. This is Dave Little coming to you live from the Dave Cave with Friday night basketball action. For Chicago, the usual starting five. Norm Van Leer is your veteran point guard, and he is a fine ball player. Third year out of St. Francis, Pennsylvania, and a first-team all-defensive player. He is joined in the backcourt by another first-team all-defensive player in Jerry Sloan. The two forwards for Chicago are the offensive stalwarts that make the Bulls go. Chet Walker at the small forward and Bob Love at the power forward. And down low is Tom Burwinkle out of Tennessee, stellar rebounder and passer, and just a fine addition to this Chicago team. For the Knicks, the straw that stirs the drink for the Knicks is their point guard, Walt Frazier. First team All-NBA in 1971-72. He's joined in the backcourt by Bill Bradley. The forwards are Phil Jackson and Dave DeBusschere. DeBusschere has been outstanding throughout the series. And down low we have Jerry Lucas, again substituting for the injured Willis Reed. Reed only played 11 games in the 1971-72 season. So it is not surprised that he has been on the shelf. And with that, let's go to courtside and get things started here in Game 3. Need to make one adjustment here. And switch the sound over to the speakers. And now we are set to go. The tip is controlled by the Bulls. So Chicago will start off with the offensive possession under the leadership of the point guard, Norm Van Leer. Van Leer sends it over to Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan is going to look to take it inside. He moves inside, and the ball is kicked away and out of bounds. Last touched by Sloan. That's a turnover, and the ball goes over to New York. Frazier sets up the Knicks, moving from left to right on your computer screen. As Frazier looks to set up the play, he's going to call his own number. Tightly guarded by Norm Van Leer. Frazier's going to take it into the lane. He drives. He's knocked to the floor, and he is fouled by Tom Burwinkle. Just a one-shot foul for Frazier on the penetration foul. First of the evening for the Bulls. Frazier makes good on the free throw, and it's 1-0 in favor of New York. As the hometown Knick crowd files in, very excited about this matchup and the possibility. If New York can win both games 3 and 4 here on their home floor, they will upset the higher-seeded Bulls and move into the Epic Basketball League Finals. Van Leer looking to set things up for Chicago. He goes back to Sloan once again. Sloan is going to look inside to Love. Love working inside against DeBusschere. He gets to the rim, but he has his shot blocked by Lucas. Jerry Lucas got up there and blocked it. Phil Jackson took the rebound for the Knicks. New York regains possession. Here come the Knicks again. Still in the opening minute of play, they look outside to Bill Bradley. And we've got a whistle and a man shaken up. It is Bob Love, and he is going to be out of the game for some time for Chicago. That'll be a big loss, as he will be replaced by Clifford Ray. Ray, a beast of a rebounder. So Ray and Burwinkle inside will likely dominate the boards. But let's hope that Bob Love is okay and can get back to action soon. New York to inbound. Phil Jackson tosses it into Bradley on the outside. Bradley working against Sloan. He fakes the jump shot, drives into the lane, and he is called for the offensive foul. Good positioning by Jerry Sloan, and that is the first foul on Bill Bradley. Chicago gains possession, still looking for their first points of the ballgame. Van Leer on the outside, 15 on the shot clock, looking to distribute. Has it stolen away by Frazier. Frazier got him. Knicks coming the other way. They've got the numbers 3-on-2. Frazier in the lead. Frazier takes it down the center of the court, dumps it off to Jackson. Jackson drives the lane, and he walked with it. Turnover for the Knicks. Both teams starting off a little tight here in this pivotal Game 3 of the series. Chicago with the basketball. Once again, they look to Sloan. And Sloan once again is going to try and get it into the lane. He's cut off by DeBusschere. He stops. His short jump shot is no good. Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for the Knicks. Back come the Knicks. Still without a field. Both teams without a field goal here almost 2 minutes into the game. Jackson working down low. Gets into the lane. Working on Walker. And Jackson is called for the push-off. That's how he got himself open down there. And already we're seeing physical play on both ends of the floor. Chicago with the basketball now. They get it to Walker on the outside. Walker's got an open look from 14 feet out, but he left it short. And the rebound is taken by Bradley for the Knicks. New York coming back the other way. We've got another whistle and another injured player. This looks like DeBusschere. He is holding the side of his head. He may have caught a stray elbow on that last scrum under the Chicago basket. And the ball now belongs to, and he will leave the game to be replaced by Charlie Paulk at the power forward position. So Lucas and Paulk down low. Phil Jackson moves up to the 3. And Bradley and Frazier remain in the backcourt for New York. Jackson to inbound for the Knicks. Gets it out to Bradley. Now we've got Frazier and Ray exchanging words. Bradley sneaks into the lane. His layup is good.
Bill Bradley.
First field goal of the game for either team. Give that one to Bill Bradley. The score is 3-0 in favor of the Knicks. Chicago comes back on offense. Scoreless so far. That will probably change before the night is over. Sloan working now on Lucas on the outside. Sloan, a rare perimeter shot. That's no good. Burwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. Burwinkle with a putback attempt. He pump fakes. He shoots. And he left it long. Off the side of the rim, but Burwinkle is fouled on the play, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Give that foul to Charlie Paulk. Burwinkle connects on the first free throw. Only a 62% free throw shooter on the regular season. Second free throw is good, and it's a 3-2 ball game. New York with the basketball. They've connected on their only field goal attempt, but they've turned it over 3 times already. Frazier from the outside pulls the trigger. His shot is way off. Well defended by Van Leer. Jerry Lucas with the rebound for the Knicks. The short putback attempt by Lucas is no good, and Clifford Ray takes the rebound for Chicago. Back come the Bulls. Van Leer this time is going to look for a teammate. Sends it over to Walker down low. Walker trying to get the shot clock off. The shot clock is winding down, and he doesn't get the shot off in time. Another turnover for Chicago. It's still a 3-2 ball game. New York with the lead and the basketball. They look inside to Jerry Lucas. Lucas down low, works on Burwinkle. His shot is long, and Burwinkle takes the rebound. 4-on-3 come the Bulls the other way. Van Leer dribbling down the center of the floor. Gets the quick outlet. Sends it over to Walker. Walker cross courts to Sloan. Sloan with the layup. It's blocked. Lucas with his second block of the night. Rebound taken out of there by Jackson. Quick outlet to Frazier, and now the Knicks have 3-on-1 going the other way. Frazier in the lead, sends it to Bradley. Bradley dribbles down the left side of the court. Back to Frazier inside, lays it up and good.
Walt Frazier from Bradley.
Walt Frazier with the basket to make it a 5-2 ball game. With it inside is Ray. Jackson forces him away from the basket. 14 on the shot clock. Ray doesn't like that shot. He's going to look to distribute. Can't find a teammate. Finally, Ray pulls the trigger from the baseline. That's no good. Jackson takes the rebound for New York, and once again the Knicks want to run. In transition, they go to Polk. Polk on the baseline. Cross courts it to Lucas. Lucas inside, and he scores it.
Jerry Lucas.
Little layup by Lucas. And quickly the Knicks are out 7-2. Chicago still looking for their first field goal. 0 for 6 from the field so far here tonight. Ray on the perimeter sends it to Van Leer. Finally, Van Leer with a jump shot scores it. First field goal of the night for the Bulls. That makes it a 7-4 ball game. Frazier with it now, sends it over to Jackson on the wing. Jackson's going to look down low to Lucas. Lucas working on Burwinkle. Banging bodies on the low block. Lucas kicks it back out to Bradley. Bradley drives the lane and scores it. Boy, the Red Sea parted there for Bradley. He had a wide open layup on the nice dish from Jerry Lucas. 9-4 now, New York in the lead. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Inside they go to Walker. Walker gets his short jump shot up and good over Phil Jackson. That's his first points of the night. They need more out of him, especially with Bob Love still out of action. At the next dead ball, it looks like DeBusschere is ready to return to the contest for New York. New York with the basketball in the hands of Bradley. Bradley working on Sloan. Takes the jump shot. No, stolen by Sloan. Nice defense by Sloan. Bradley had a notion to pull the trigger there, and Sloan took it away from him. On the other side, Walker gets it on the baseline. He cuts into the lane. Lucas cuts him off. The short jump shot rattles in and out, and Frazier with the rebound for the Knicks. 6.5 to play. Knicks with the basketball, leading by 3. Here's Jackson on the outside. He's going to send it back to Bradley on the wing. Bradley back to Frazier up top. Frazier's shot from the free throw line is good. And he's fouled on the play by Van Leer.
From Bradley.
That'll be a free throw opportunity for Walt Frazier, already with 5 points on the game. As DeBusschere returns to action for New York. The free throw attempt by Frazier is good. He's got 6 points, and New York is up 12-6. 6:15 to play in the first quarter. Open down low for Chicago is Walker. Can they get it to him on the low block? They get it into Ray inside, working against Polk. Ray shoots and scores. Nice shot on the low post by Clifford Ray. His first basket of the night makes it a 12-8 ball game. Under 6 minutes to play now in the first quarter. Lucas now has it on the baseline. Burwinkle gives him space, and Lucas buries the baseline jumper, and Burwinkle fouled him. Burwinkle late getting over to contest that shot, and it cost him. And that is 2 fouls on Burwinkle. That's going to bring Howard Porter into the game. Porter will play the 4, and will move Clifford Ray down to the 5. As it's going to be a tough night on the front line for Chicago with Love out injured and Burwinkle in quick foul trouble. Lucas with the free throw shot for the 3-point play is good. And that makes it a 15-8 game. Fans here at Madison Square Garden very happy to see their team out to the early lead. Chicago comes back the other way. They're going to look inside to Porter. Porter and Polk banging bodies again. This has been going on all series, and now they call the offensive foul against Porter. Use that left arm to clear space, and the referees called him on it. Ball goes back over to New York. Frazier running the offense. Sends it over to Bradley on the wing. Bradley pulls the trigger from 16 feet out and nails it. Nothing but net for Bill Bradley. That puts New York up by 9, 17-8. Big lead here for the Knicks in the first quarter as the Bulls have struggled. But here's Van Leer with a short jump shot, and he drains it. He got that one off before the New York defense got set and pulls the Bulls to within 7. New York comes back the other way. They work it into DeBusschere. That big wide body banging down on the low post. Could not get the short jump shot to go. Charlie Polk comes out of there with the offensive rebound. Polk to the basket, lays it up, and has it swatted out of there by Clifford Ray. Jerry Sloan comes in there for a rebound. Boy, that was a man's rebound by Jerry Sloan in among the trees. Chicago now still trails by 7, attempting to cut into that lead as Van Leer is working on the outside. 17 on the shot clock. Van Leer's going to put it on the floor. Takes it into the lane. Tries to dish it over to Sloan, and it's taken away by Frazier. Another turnover for Chicago. Both teams have turned it over 4 times already in this game, and we're not even yet 8 minutes into the play. New York with the basketball. Now Polk is holding his shoulder a little gingerly, but he'll remain in the game. Very physical on both ends of the floor. 12 on the shot clock as they get it inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere working down low against Chet Walker. Bradley and Ray now exchanging words. DeBusschere moves it inside, has it knocked away and out of bounds. And actually they call that a 3-second violation on DeBusschere. Ball goes over to Chicago. Boy, the elbows are flying inside once again here in the first quarter of tonight's action in the Garden. As Chicago looks inside to Walker. Takes the pass from Ray. Double pumps. Shoots the short-range jump shot. No good. Sloan comes out of there with another big rebound for Chicago. Sends it back out to Van Leer for a fresh 24. Now they find Porter down low. His short jump shot is off the rim. No good. Ray comes out of there with it off the offensive glass. The putback by Ray is swatted and stolen by Lucas. Good inside defense for New York, denying a couple of opportunities down there to get another possession for the Knicks. DeBusschere has it on the outside, working against Walker. DeBusschere not much of a offensive threat from the perimeter. He's going to look for help. Dribbles it in close. Works it down into the paint against Walker. His short jump shot now in the lane is not in time. Could not get it off. That's another 3-second violation, or excuse me, a shot clock violation for the Knicks as both teams continue to play well on defense. 3.5 to play. We'll go to substitutions at the next dead ball. Right now the Bulls are going to look inside to Porter. Porter in the low post has that one knocked away. Chicago will retain possession, and with that we'll go to the bench and bring in the second units. That is going to be Dick Barnett to run the point alongside Dean Meminger. DeBusschere is still fresh. He'll stay in the game. Phil Jackson will return at the 4. And Luther Rackley will come into the game down low for New York. Actually, Jackson's already got some fatigue going here. Let's see if we can get... what to do. Yep. Okay, New York's going to go with a big lineup. Rackley and Fillmore inside to battle Clifford Ray and Porter for the Bulls. For the Bulls, we'll have Weiss and King in the backcourt. Jackie Dinkins enters the game at the small forward. Porter still at the power forward. Ray's going to have to fight through the fatigue and continue to spell Burwinkle, who's on the bench with 2 fouls. Chicago basketball. They get it to Porter on the baseline. Porter's going to take the shot over Greg Fillmore, and he left it short. The rebound is high off the rim and taken out of there by Clifford Ray. Ray with the putback attempt is good. And he is fouled on the play by Rackley. That will send Clifford Ray to the free throw line. He's got 4 points now, looking to make it 5. If he can hit the free throw. And he connects. 5 points off the bench for Clifford Ray, 3 rebounds. He already leads Chicago in both those categories. As we welcome Dave Gardner to the chat room. Good evening, Dave, and welcome to Friday Night Basketball here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. It's another black and blue battle between the Bulls and the Knicks. Knicks with a 4-point lead here in Madison Square Garden in the first quarter. This is game 3 of the best-of-5 series, which is tied at 1 game apiece. New York with the basketball now, looking inside to Rackley. Going to work down low. Clifford Ray is a solid defender down there. He forces Rackley to alter that one. The shot is no good. Tipped by Rackley back out to Barnett. And New York will reset. Now they look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere working inside, off the backboard, lays it up and good. First basket of the night for DeBusschere. And they're happy to see that output after DeBusschere was shaken up earlier in the night. Chicago basketball now. Bob Weiss, savvy backup point guard. Sends it over to Dinkins on the outside. Dinkins is going to look to King on the perimeter. King takes it to the hole, drives, lays it up, around the rim, no good. Greg Fillmore with the rebound for New York. Knicks with the basketball now in a 6-point lead. Setting up the offense, they go to DeBusschere on the wing. DeBusschere's going to look back to Barnett on the perimeter. The outside jumper from Barnett is no good. Just missed that one. Porter takes the rebound for Chicago. Quick outlet to Weiss. Weiss and King want to run. In transition, it is Weiss dribbling to his left. Dumps it off to King in the center of the court. We've got a collision, and the foul is called on King on the charge. So Bulls got a little bit greedy in transition there, and King commits the charge for his first foul of the game. Back come the Knicks, still leading by 6 as we come down to the final couple minutes of play here in the first quarter. New York looks down to DeBusschere inside. Working now against Jackie Dinkins. His short jump shot is no good, and Dinkins takes the rebound out of there for Chicago. In transition, they look to Porter down low. Porter working inside against Fillmore. Gets the ball in the lane. Tries to dish it back out top. That's a bad pass, stripped away and stolen by Dick Barnett. New York with a transition opportunity here. It's 4-on-1 with Barnett leading the ball down the center of the court. Sends it to Rackley on the baseline. Rackley lays it up, no good. He missed the layup. And Jimmy King hustles back for the rebound for Chicago. Missed opportunity there for the Knicks. Down to a minute and a half to play in the first period. On the outside with it is Dinkins. He wants to find Porter in the lane. Porter gets free, goes for the layup. It's blocked. Fillmore blocks that one. Porter takes the rebound. Porter on the putback attempt. It's blocked again. An ugly shot tipped out of there by Fillmore, and the rebound is taken by DeBusschere. Knicks with another transition opportunity. It's 3-on-1. Dick Barnett has it on the right-hand side. Gets it to DeBusschere inside, who lays it up and scores.
Dave DeBusschere from Barnett.
That's 4 points now for DeBusschere, and New York is already up 8. 21-13. Just over a minute to go in the first quarter. Very unproductive quarter for the Bulls, shooting only 28% from the field with 7 turnovers. Inside they look to Porter. Porter with the floater. He finally gets that to go.
Porter from King.
Had a good night last game against New York, and now has his first 2 of the night. It's 21-15. New York with the lead and the basketball. Under a minute to play now in the first quarter. With it on the outside is Meminger. Meminger looks around, tries to take it into the paint. He's cut off by Ray. He puts up the short jump shot from the baseline. That's no good. And Chicago comes out of there with it on the rebound by Jackie Dinkins. Bulls coming back the other way. They've got it in the hands of Weiss. Their steady point guard sends it into Ray, gets it back, and has it stolen by Barnett. Another steal by the Knicks. That is 5 steals on the night for the pesky New York defense. They've got a look inside with DeBusschere now. Can they get it to him? Rackley over to Meminger. Down to DeBusschere on the paint. DeBusschere with the layup is good.
Dave DeBusschere.
That's 6 points in a row for DeBusschere. New York has once again opened up an 8-point lead, 23-15. We've got 18 seconds now on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. Weiss is going to pull the trigger from the perimeter, and he scores.
Weiss.
Chicago needs points from any place they can get them here tonight, as Weiss buries the jump shot to cut the lead to 6. With 12 seconds on the game clock here in the first quarter, and the Knicks will hold for the final shot of the period. They get it to DeBusschere. Out to Meminger. Meminger at the buzzer scores it.
Dean Meminger from DeBusschere.
Meminger with the basket to make it 25-17 at the end of the first period. And this is going to be one ugly-looking box score. TD and PAT is good for the Bengals or Reds. Oh, what's going on? Are the Reds having a good night on offense there, Tribe fan? Thanks for coming in, and thanks for the update. 25-17 is your score. New York had an efficient first quarter, 52% from the field. They did have 5 turnovers, but that was negated by their 5 steals, as they have stretched out to a 25-17 lead over the Bulls. What an ugly line for the Bulls. Only 35% from the field and 8 turnovers. Clifford Ray off the bench with 5 points and 3 rebounds to lead Chicago. Reds lead 7-1. Votto just hit a 2-run homer. Oh, they're playing the Indians tonight, so I'll try not to celebrate too much. Tribe fan, thank you for the updates. So 25-17 is your score. We're going to bring Burwinkle back into the game with the 2 fouls because Clifford Ray is fighting fatigue. And the remainder of the second unit will stay out there. It looks like Love is ready to come back into the game. So we'll bring him back in as well to play with the backcourt unit of Weiss and King and Jackie Dinkins. For New York, we'll stay with the first unit for the Knicks for the time being. What payoff pitch season did you get? Asked Dave Gardner. I got 1964, the year of my birth. I normally don't play seasons back that far, but I thought, what the heck? Let's see what's back there. Probably Sandy Koufax and Roberto Clemente and some legendary players that I've not done replays with before. So we'll give that a try. The game hit the mail today, and I was stalking USPS. It looks like it's going to get here on Monday night. So looking forward to that addition to the collection. Here we go, second quarter. New York leads by 5. The jump ball is in the air and controlled by Chicago. Weiss has it on the outside. He's going to send it over to King. King comes off the screen. Has a mismatch out there against Fillmore. King pulls the trigger and left it short. Ball goes out of bounds to the possession of the Knicks. The Knicks look to open up a 10-point lead for the first time tonight, here early in the second quarter. Barnett looks to distribute. Can't find a teammate. He's going to take it. He's going to put it on the floor. And he's called for the double dribble. Barnett holds up his arms in disbelief. as the fans here in the Madison Square Garden voice their disapproval of that officiating decision. Chicago now still trailing by 8. They're going to look inside to Burwinkle. Burwinkle working against Rackley down low. He gets the pass from Weiss. He dribbles. He steps to his left. His shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Rackley. That's 2 on Rackley. And Burwinkle will go to the free throw line. Burwinkle missed the first. Hard off the back of the rim. Ugly looking shot. Second shot for Burwinkle is good. And that cuts the lead to 7. 25-18. Knicks with the lead. Back on offense with Dick Barnett in the lead. Barnett sends it over to Meminger on the perimeter. Guarded loosely by King. 14 on the shot clock. They look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere unloads the short jump shot. It's blocked. Bob Love got over and got a piece of that one. Fillmore with the rebound comes out of there for New York. Fillmore with the putback attempt. He left that one short. Again, well defended by Love and taken out of there on the defensive boards by Jackie Dinkins for Chicago. Bulls will walk the ball back up the other way. And they're going to look right inside to Bob Love, just back into the ball game after being shaken up in the first quarter. And he knocks home the first shot that he takes. He's got 2 points, and the lead is cut to 5. Hello, Heartland fans around the globe, Dave and Tribe. So we say welcome to D. Scott Howard here in the chat room tonight. We're just underway in the second quarter of Game 3 of the semifinal series between the 1971-72 Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks. We're tied at 1, and the series is shifted to Madison Square Garden with New York out on top by 5. They get it down low to Rackley. Rackley working against Burwinkle. Yeah, Burwinkle fouled him, and that is the third foul on Burwinkle. So he's going to have to come out of the ball game once again. And Barnett will go to the line for a pair of free throws. First free throw is good. And now let's see what kind of a mess we can make on the Chicago bench. We do have Jim Fox available down towards the end of the bench. Not part of the regular rotation, but he can give some minutes while Ray regains his strength and Burwinkle sits and stews about his foul trouble. The second free throw by Barnett is off the back iron, no good. Taken out of there by Jim King for Chicago. Bulls still trail by 6. Weiss running the offense, looks inside to Jim Fox down low. Fox working against Rackley, posts him down low, rises up and scores it. Give the assist to Weiss. The lead is cut to 4. Barnett now goes inside to Rackley. Both teams working their low post game, and Rackley gets that one in off the glass, and good. 28-22 now. New York with the lead. Weiss from the outside, and he is fouled out there by Rackley, and that is 3 on Rackley. That one is charged on the floor. So it'll just be a one-shot opportunity. As we're going to see Charlie Polk back into the game for New York. As Weiss steps to the line and delivers the free throw. He's got 3 points on the night. Chicago trails by 5. Barnett and the Knicks are coming back. They look inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere down low on the low block. Kicks it out to Meminger. Gets it back. Back to the basket. Turns, shoots, scores it.
Dave DeBusschere from Barnett.
That's 8 points for Dave DeBusschere. He leads all scorers as New York goes back out on top by 7. Weiss now looks inside once again to Fox. Fox was successful on his first opportunity. This one's no good, but he's fouled by Polk. And Fox will go to the line for 2 free throws. New York already with 3 personal fouls on the period. Fox connects on the first free throw. He's got 3 points here tonight. Looking to make it 4. He missed that one. And the rebound is knocked out to Barnett for New York. Knicks up by 6. 9:30 to play before halftime. Outside they go to Barnett. Guarded closely by Weiss. Barnett's going to try and take it into the lane. He gets around Weiss. He's cut off by Fox, and Fox got a piece of that jump shot. And Fox comes out of there with the rebound for Chicago. Nice play on the inside. 4-on-3 going the other way for Chicago. Weiss has it in the center of the court. Takes it to the free throw line. Sends it over to Dinkins on the wing. Dinkins drives the baseline, lays it up and good.
From Weiss.
2 points for Jackie Dinkins, his first of the night. The lead is 4, 30-26. Chicago had a miserable first quarter, but they're hanging tough and keeping it close with the second unit on the floor. Barnett's got it out on top. Looks inside to Polk. Now we've got Fillmore and Dinkins exchanging words. Barnett's going to have to take the shot from the top of the key. That's no good. And on the rebound, we've got inside basket interference on the offensive glass by Fillmore. So wave off the basket and give the ball to Chicago. Bulls trailing by 4, looking to cut further into the lead. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Outside with it is King. Guarded closely by Meminger. Tries to take the shot. That's no good. Out of bounds to New York. King missed that one badly. He's complaining that he got hit on the elbow on the jump shot, but the referees are offering no sympathy. New York now leading by 4 with the basketball. 9:05 to play in the second. Meminger looks inside to Polk. Polk turns on Fox, fires and scores. First 2 points of the game for Charlie Polk out of Northeastern State. An adequate backup center for the Knicks, and he has put New York back on top by 6. King with it on the perimeter. 16 on the shot clock. Tries to get it inside to Bob Love. Love takes the pass, puts up the shot. Actually lost the ball out of bounds on the way up, and the ball will go over to New York on yet another turnover. 9 turnovers now for Chicago on the game. New York with the basketball, leading by 6. Barnett looks to set up a play. He sends it to Fillmore down low. Tough matchup down there against Bob Love. Fillmore forces one up, no good. Love takes the rebound. Chicago back to the offense. King on the outside. Has an open look from 15 feet out. But he is actually fouled on the way up by Meminger. And after a discussion among the officials, they say that was on the floor. And it will just be a one-shot opportunity for Jim King. King converts that. He now has his first point of the night. And the lead is 5. New York 32, Chicago 27. Starters getting ready to return to the ball game as the Knicks dump it inside to Charlie Polk. Polk against Fox, tries to kick it back out to the point. It's knocked away out of bounds. New York will retain possession. 9 on the shot clock as we are going to go back to the benches now. Van Leer and Sloan back into the game along with Chet Walker. And we'll bring Clifford Ray back in at the center as Burwinkle continues to suffer through the foul trouble. For the Knicks, it will be their front 5, Frazier and Bradley. We'll leave DeBuscher in the game for the moment and and we'll put Jackson at the 4 and Lucas at the 5. So starting lineup back in the game for New York. Action continues with New York to inbound. They get it inside to Lucas. Lucas comes off a screen. He's got a good look over Norm Van Leer.
Jerry Lucas.
And he scores it. Excuse me, little dry throat here tonight. The lead goes to 7 for New York as they have the ball, as Chicago has the ball. 7:43 to go before halftime. On the outside with it is Walker. Walker looking for Love. He finds Love down low. Actually, the shot is taken by Walker from the perimeter. That's no good. Clifford Ray on the offensive board for the Bulls. He puts up a short jump shot. That won't go. Jerry Sloan comes out of there with another tough physical rebound for the Bulls. He sends it back out to the top of the key, and Van Leer will reset the offense for Chicago. Plenty of time on the shot clock as they get it inside now to Clifford Ray. Ray working down low against Lucas. He lays it up around the rim and out, no good. And DeBusschere comes out of there with it now for New York. Knicks back the other way, led by Frazier. Frazier working on Van Leer. Frazier will take it into the lane. He attacks the rim. He's cut off by Love. He stops, he pops, he scores. Actually, that rolled around and out and was tipped in by Lucas for the basket. I still haven't learned how to time the text and the chalkboard here on this game. That basket is given to Lucas. He's got 9 points now. He leads all scorers for New York, and the Knicks are back on top by 9. 36-27, equaling their biggest lead of the night. As Chicago looks inside to Chet Walker. He unloads from short range. That's no good. Rebound taken out of there by Phil Jackson. Nice rebound for Jackson. New York with another possession and a chance to extend the lead. Frazier from the outside has it knocked away and actually turned over to Chicago. Frazier lost control, and the ball went off his own leg out of bounds, says the referee. And Chicago regains possession. The Bulls get it to Walker, working hard down low against DeBusschere. Bodies in the lane. Shot by Walker is no good, but he is fouled on the play by DeBusschere. That's 5 team fouls on New York, and that puts the Bulls into the bonus. It'll be 2 shots for Chet Walker. Walker, the first one rolls around and out. Only 4 points total for the dynamic duo of Chet Walker and Bob Love here tonight. And they need to get it going for Chicago if they're going to make a game of it here in the second half. Walker hits the second free throw to cut the lead to 8. 6.5 minutes to play before halftime. New York has the ball on the outside. They look down low to Lucas. Lucas and Clifford Ray doing battle in the paint. They can't get it into Lucas. Frazier fakes the pass, dribbles to his left, gets to the glass, lays it up and good. 8 points now for Frazier. New York leads by 10, 38-28. Double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Chicago goes inside to Love. Love works it in over Jackson. His shot rims around and out. The tip by Walker is no good. Jackson with the rebound for New York. Jackson's got 5 rebounds. He leads all players in that category. Here's DeBusschere inside working against Love. Love a strong inside defender. DeBusschere has to force one up. We've got a whistle. And DeBusschere commits the offensive foul. That's 2 on DeBusschere. As Chicago regains possession going the other way. Chicago's got an opportunity here. They're in the bonus with just 6 minutes gone by in the second quarter. So if they can convert some free throws, that'll help them get back into the game in spite of the fact that they've only managed 32% from the field. They look inside to Bob Love down low. Love steps around, gets to the basket, lays it up and good. That cuts it to 8, 38-30. As Frazier brings the Knicks back to the offensive end. He gets it over to Bradley on the perimeter. Being guarded by a very good defender in Sloan. Bradley dribbles to his right, steps, shoots, and scores. Nicely done by Bradley to stretch the lead back to 10. Here come the Bulls once again. They've got it in the hands of Sloan. Sloan is going to look for Love on the perimeter. Love on the baseline over Jackson. Shoots the baseline jump shot too strong. It comes off the back iron, and we have got a foul on the loose ball on the rebound, and that is called against Jackson. And that will send Clifford Ray to the free throw line for 2 shots. Ray, not a terrific free throw shooter. He gets the first one to go. 61% on the NBA season, only 49% in the Epic Basketball League. And Ray misses the second free throw. The rebound is knocked around and taken on the perimeter by Walt Frazier. New York up by 9, 40-31. As Frazier sets up the offense. He's going to take it inside against Van Leer. Comes off the pick. Love comes over to cut him off. The short jump shot by Frazier is no good. And the tough rebound is taken out of there once again by Jerry Sloan. Sloan is doing some work on the boards tonight. Inside they go to Love. Love down low against DeBusschere. Post is up. Shoots the short jump shot. It's blocked. DeBusschere got a piece of that one. Lucas takes the rebound for the Knicks. Under 5 minutes to play. Knicks lead by 9. As Frazier on the outside comes off the screen, gets an open look and scores the jump shot. Frazier now in double figures with 10, and the Knicks lead by 11, 42-31. Van Leer with it now, looking inside to Love. Love comes off the screen, has an open look over Bradley. His layup is around the iron, no good. Tipped by Ray, no good. Rebounded by DeBusschere for New York, and the Bulls cannot buy a basket. They're down to 31% from the field here tonight. Inside they go to DeBusschere on the other end. DeBusschere scores that one, and he's got 10. DeBusschere beat Ray to the spot down there in transition. Frazier found him inside for the easy layup. New York now up by 13, 44-31. 4 minutes to play before halftime. Stick around for halftime. We'll have updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. As now we have Van Leer with a wild outside shot. That's no good. Another rebound for DeBusschere. And Chicago is just completely out of sorts here on the offensive end. 30% from the field, 9 turnovers, and only 31 points in the first 12 plus 8, 20 minutes of action here tonight. Frazier on the outside against Van Leer. And Van Leer stole it. He was looking to send it over to Bradley on the perimeter, but the pass was picked off by Van Leer, and that's another possession for the Bulls. This time they're going to look down low for an inside shot for Love. Love over Jackson, well defended, but Love finally gets the shot to go. He's got 6 points, and the lead is cut to 11. New York comes back to the offense. They've got Lucas on the baseline. Lucas has room for a baseline jump shot, and he buries it.
Jerry Lucas.
5 straight for Lucas. He's now got 11. We've got 3 Knicks in double digits now. Lucas with 11, DeBusschere and Frazier each with 10. 46-33 is your score. Now under 3 minutes to play before halftime. As the pass for Chicago goes inside to Walker. Walker powers his way into the lane. Cannot get the shot to go, but he is fouled. That is on Phil Jackson, and that is his third. Chicago in the bonus. Walker will get 3 to make 2. The first is no good. Second shot for Walker is good. And we're going to have substitutions for New York. As they're going to bring Dave Stallworth into the game to spell Jackson with that foul trouble. Lucas and Fillmore. Actually, Charlie Paulk is more fresh than Fillmore, so we'll put him in down low. So Frazier and Bradley in the backcourt. Stallworth at the 3. Very good player. is Stallworth. Lucas and Polk will be your 5 the rest of the way here in the first half. The bonus shot by Walker is good. That pulls Chicago within 11. 46-35 is your score. New York with the basketball. Frazier looks to distribute. Sends it over to Bradley, gets it back. Frazier against Van Leer at the top of the key. 12 on the shot clock. Frazier takes it into the lane. Dumps it out to Lucas on the perimeter. Lucas back to Frazier for the perimeter jump shot. That's no good. Clifford Ray with the rebound for Chicago. Here come the Bulls. They get it inside to Ray. Ray working against Polk on the low block. Shoots and scores. Boy, what a boost Clifford Ray has given Chicago throughout this series and throughout these playoffs. Coming off the bench with Burwinkle in foul trouble and Love injured, Ray has put up 8 points and 6 rebounds as the Bulls do everything in their power to keep this one from getting out of hand here at the end of the first half. New York looks inside to Polk. Battling against Ray, Polk shoots and scores. The lead is back to 11. Now 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. With it on the outside now is Walker. Has room for an open look on the screen. And from the perimeter, he left it short. He's missed 6 straight. Frazier takes the rebound for New York. Back the other way, they find Lucas in transition. Gets the bounce pass from Frazier. Fakes, shoots, and scores. And we've got a foul on the play, and that is on Clifford Ray. 1 free throw for Jerry Lucas, the former Ohio State Buckeyes. Part of that national championship team in 1961. Lucas missed the free throw, and Chet Walker takes it out of there for the Bulls. Bulls trail by 13. Not a good performance in this first half. Here's Walker on the outside, sends it back to Van Leer, and Van Leer throws it away. 10 turnovers now for Chicago. New York with the basketball leading by 13. 1:20 to play before halftime. Outside they go to Bradley. Down low to Lucas. Lucas drives, takes it up strong, and we've got a whistle and a foul on New York on Stallworth for the illegal screen. That's his first. 1:04 to play. Chicago with the basketball. They've got Love inside, coming off the screen, open against Frazier. Big mismatch there on the size standpoint, and Love turns and scores the easy basket to make it an 11-point game. 50-39, 50 seconds to play before the half. New York in no hurry, running the methodical offense. They get it outside to Bradley. Bradley with an open look, off the glass, off the rim, spins off, and no good. Love takes the rebound for Chicago. Chicago will walk it back up the other way. Good job by the Knicks getting back on the transition defense. Now Van Leer has room to operate. In transition, he's got an open look, but his pass inside to Walker is tipped and stolen by Dave Stallworth. Now New York's got numbers the other way. It's 4-on-3 with Frazier in the lead. Frazier dribbles to his right. Frazier steps into the lane. Dumps it off to Bradley coming down the other side for the easy layup.
From Frazier.
That's 10 for Bradley. We've now got 4 Knicks in double digits and no Bulls in double digits. 52-39 is your score. 24 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Chicago will have to run a play. They run it inside through Love. Down low against Lucas. Back to Van Leer, down low to Love. And Love has it stolen by Lucas. 14 on the game clock. So New York will walk it back to the other end. Leading comfortably, 52-39. They'll hold for the last shot of the period. Frazier topside, pick and roll with Lucas. Dumps it off to Lucas down low. Lucas scores it from the baseline. And that makes it a 15-point lead with 1 second to go in the half. Can Chicago do anything here? Van Leer with a long shot from center court. That's no good. And that will be the end of the first half. And what a dominant first half it has been for the New York Knicks, as they lead 54-39. And I am going to put the box score up here for you all to review. And I am going to take a quick break and be back online here momentarily. All right, everybody, we are back with the review of the first half box score, and it is an ugly one if you are a fan of the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls shot only 14 of 42 from the field in the first half and turned it over 12 times, managing only 39 points for the half. They trail by 15, and they've got some work to do if they're going to get back into this game against a historically stellar New York Knicks defense, led by the likes of Walt Frazier and Dave DeBusschere, both of whom were all defensive standouts in the 1971-72 season. New York with 4 guys in double digits already, led by Jerry Lucas with 15 points to go with 4 rebounds. Walt Frazier with 10 points, 8 assists already in the first half. 10 points apiece for Phil Bradley and Dave DeBusschere. The leading scorers for Chicago, Clifford Ray off the bench with those 8 points and 6 rebounds. Where would they be without that guy? And Love missed a significant amount of time after being shaken up in the first quarter, but came back also to put up 8 points in limited minutes. So that is your score. Now, updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. Tomorrow, there will be wrestling on the channel, brought to you by Heartland Championship Wrestling. It will be action from the Pro Wrestling Mid-America coming to you out of Kansas City tomorrow. And we've got some good matches for you. There will be a Tag Team Championship match for the PWMA Tag Team Championship. Those belts are vacant, as they were held for a long time by Michael P.S. Hayes and Terry Gordy. Hayes and Gordy have won the NWA World Tag Team Championship, and so they have vacated the PWMA titles. Those titles will be contested for tomorrow by the top 2 contenders and 2 teams that simply do not like each other. On one side, you've got Bob Backlund and Pedro Morales teaming up, and they will take on the heel team of Dr. D. David Schultz and Dennis Condrey. And those 2 teams have been feuding for a number of months, but they both picked up enough victories along the way to become the top 2 contenders for the vacant belts, and they will square off for the championship tomorrow. And that's not all. Grudge match action. A heated rivalry carries on as Dusty Rhodes, now back in action, takes on Steve Dr. Death Williams. Williams has been hanging around with Lex Luger and Ted DiBiase, and Dusty is just fixing to get his hands on anybody that he can get his hands on. He defeated Luger last month at the, a couple of weeks ago at the Dawn of Destiny pay-per-view. And now he goes on to face Dr. Death Steve Williams in a singles match. And in the main event, it will be the #1 contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. The Road Warriors take on Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. And these four guys just love to beat the tar out of anybody that gets in their path, and they love to beat the tar out of each other. That's going to look like a New York Knicks Chicago Bulls basketball game by the time those four get into the ring. And it is going to be a good match tomorrow on the channel. On Sunday, we will be back in action with My Journey with Jesus as we do a recap of the series that we have just completed on the Fruit of the Spirit. So that's the weekend plans for the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network / My Journey with Jesus. Looking forward to a good weekend of action on the channel for all of you to enjoy. Now let's head back to action here in the Madison Square Garden. As the Knicks have taken control of this one early, we'll see if they can maintain that lead or if Chicago can do something to get back into the ball game. Bulls coach Dick Motta giving them an earful at halftime, as well as an earful from D. Scott Howard, who came into the Bulls locker room and gave them a good talking to. It will be the starters back out there for Chicago and for the Knicks. And indeed, D. Scott Howard is correct. Backlund was the last of his kind of babyface pre-glitz and glitter era. And that is correct. When I first picked up and started wrestling, it was 1983. And Bob Backlund was in his, we didn't know it at the time, but in his final run as WWF champion before losing the belt to the Iron Sheik, which was then followed by the birth of Hulkamania, and as D. Scott Howard correctly points out, the last of his kind of babyface, just a guy who worked hard, wrestled hard, played by the rules, and could submit you 6 ways to Sunday. So Backlund has a chance at the PWMA Tag Team Championship tomorrow with Pedro Morales on the channel. But they've got a couple of tough customers to go through to get there. All right, starters back on the court for both teams. Luther Rackley getting the second quarter start for New York despite the foul trouble. And here we go to start the third. The referee throws up the ball, and Chicago takes possession. Jerry Sloan has it out on top, working against Bill Bradley. Sloan, a very physical perimeter player. He's going to look inside to Bob Love. Let's see if they can get it to Love down on the low block. They can't get it to Love. He's denied by Lucas. The ball goes across court to Walker. Walker with the outside jump shot. He shoots and scores. 7 points now for Chet Walker. They got to get him going. New York with the basketball. Chicago needs to keep the defense going. The ball goes down low to Rackley. Rackley working against Burwinkle with those 3 fouls. Rackley inside fakes, shoots. It's long. But he drew the foul, and that goes against Love, much to the relief of the Chicago bench, as they thought Burwinkle was going to get whistled for that one. That's the first foul on Love. Rackley goes to the free throw line for 2 shots and connects on the first. Only a 58% free throw shooter in the NBA season. He manages to hit them both, and New York goes back on top by 15. The Bulls look inside once again to Love. He's being denied on the low block by Lucas. They manage to get the pass to him high. He turns, he shoots. It rattles in and out, and Luther Rackley takes the rebound for New York. As Dave Gardner mentions, he saw Adrian Adonis and Pedro Morales at the Boston Gardener for the Intercontinental title. You went to the Boston Gardener. Was that named after you? Here come the Knicks back the other way, leading by 15. As Frazier works now on the outside against Love on the switch. Frazier has an open look, and he buries
Ball
it.
Frazier from Lucas.
New York picking right up where they left off and extending the lead here early in the third. Outside with it is Sloan. Sends it over to Love on the baseline. Love takes it around Lucas. He's cut off by Rackley. Pulls the trigger from 12 feet out. It's no good. Frazier grabbed the rebound momentarily, but had it taken away by Sloan. And Chicago retains possession. Looking inside to Walker. Dribbles inside against DeBusschere on the low block. Puts it up and good. Walker went to the left hand on that one to score it. And the lead is back to 15. Chicago needs stops. In they go to DeBusschere down low. DeBusschere working inside against Chet Walker. He lays it up and around and out. Tipped by Walker, no good. And the rebound is taken out of there by Burwinkle, and he's got his pocket picked by Frazier. Another possession for the Knicks. Still leading by 15. Frazier working on Van Leer out high. Frazier from the outside, free throw line extended. Left that one short. Rackley with the offensive board for New York. Rackley on the putback attempt. His scoop shot is off the glass and good. Luther Rackley, not a high-scoring guy, third-year man out of Xavier. But he has connected on that one and put New York back on top 60-43. Out they go to Van Leer. Van Leer working against Frazier. 14 on the shot clock. Van Leer takes it into the paint. Tries to kick it to Love down low. Out of play, and ball goes over to New York. Another turnover for Chicago. That's 14 on the night. I don't know if the Knicks can play this kind of defense against Wilt Chamberlain and the Lakers, but that may be their destination if they can get by Chicago here in this series. Frazier denied on top by Van Leer. Sends it down low to Rackley. Rackley comes off a screen, has an open look down low. Lays it up off the glass, around the rim and out. And Burwinkle is able to get the rebound, and he is fouled by Rackley. Frustration foul by Rackley after missing the layup, and that is 4 on Luther Rackley. So New York's going to go to the bench, and they'll bring Greg Fillmore into the game. As Burwinkle goes to the free throw line for one shot for Chicago, and he scores it. 60-44 is the score. Under 10 to play now in the third, as New York brings it down the other way. They've got an open look on the outside for Bradley. He dumps it down inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere turns and scores. I wasn't sure that Bradley would be able to get that one off over the tight defense of Sloan. Instead, he found DeBusschere inside for the easy layup. And the lead is now 18, 62-44. Biggest lead of the night for the Knicks. Chicago desperate for anything they can find on the offensive end. They go to Sloan. Sloan's going to try and dump it inside to Walker. Walker dribbling to his left. And he's called for the charge. Nicely defended in there by DeBusschere. That first team all-defensive small forward for New York. Creates another turnover and another possession for New York as they now have the chance to go up by 20. Frazier taking his time, calls a play. Sends it to Fillmore on the low block. Back to the basket, guarded by Love. Fillmore fakes to his right, turns to his left. Too much mustard on the hot dog as he tried to get it cross court to Lucas. And the pass is stolen by Bob Love for Chicago. Bulls get a stop. Can they convert? Outside, they get it to Van Leer. He's going to look to distribute to Walker down low. The 8-footer by Walker is good.
Walker from Van Leer.
And with that, Walker is the first member of the Bulls to hit double figures. He's got 11. The lead remains at 16, 62-46. Inside, they go to Fillmore. Fillmore working on Burwinkle. He turns. He shoots the fall away. That's no good. Rebounded by Walker for Chicago. Walker and Sloan thought about a fast break, but the Knicks get back on defense, and Chicago pulls it back out and hands it to Van Leer to set the offense. Van Leer goes over to Walker on the baseline, guarded closely by DeBusschere. Walker pulls the trigger. That's way off the mark. Rebound batted around, pulled out of there by DeBusschere for New York. Now 8 minutes to play in the third. New York still up by 16. Down low they go once again to Fillmore. Fillmore sends it back out to Frazier. Frazier steps around Love, gets into the lane, forgot to dribble. That is a traveling violation. As Dave Gardner says, ha-ha, Garden. That would be correct. But yeah, Adrian Adonis and Pedro Morales, that would be a good match back in the leather jacket wearing sort of badass biker Adrian Adonis before he went to that ridiculous flower shop gimmick. So New York still up 16. Chicago with the basketball, trying to cut into that lead. Van Leer sends it around the perimeter. They dump it down low to Burwinkle. 12 on the shot clock. Burwinkle works it inside against Greg Fillmore. His leaner from in close is no good. Burwinkle crashes the offensive boards, gets his own rebound. The putback attempt by Burwinkle is off the back iron, no good, and Fillmore comes out with the rebound for New York. 2 chances inside there for Chicago. They could not convert. New York with the basketball. Frazier out on top. Frazier with an open look, steps to his left. Can he pull the trigger? No, he dumps it down low to Fillmore. Fillmore's shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Burwinkle for Chicago. Now 7 minutes to play in the third. Chicago still trails by 16. They get it inside to Love. Love working on Jerry Lucas. And Lucas is knocked to the floor, and Love is called for the offensive foul. Things going from bad to worse for the Bulls here in the third quarter as New York extends the lead, and we say hello to I.D. Jester. What is up, man? It's good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by the Epic Basketball League here tonight. This is Game 3 of the League Semifinal Series, 1971-72. The New York Knicks are on their home court, leading Chicago big in the middle of the third quarter. The series is tied at 1. New York is looking to take the lead here if they can win tonight in this best-of-5 series. New York with the basketball. They get it to Bradley out on top. Guarded tightly by Sloan. 13 on the shot clock. Bradley's going to have to try the outside jump shot, and he buried it.
Bill Bradley from the Buffalo.
Bradley with the outside jump shot. He's got 12 points now, and the lead is back up to 18. New York not letting their foot off the gas here in the third quarter as they continue to stifle the Chicago Bulls offense. Here's Van Leer working against Frazier. 14 on the shot clock. He looks to distribute. Tries to get a bounce pass into Sloan. He threw it away. Another turnover, and New York has a chance to go up on top by 20. DeBusschere with it inside, working against Love. Not the best matchup for DeBusschere. He puts up the little teardrop, just gets it over the outstretched arms of Love. It is off the back iron, no good. Lucas comes in for the offensive rebound for New York. Lucas on the putback attempt. Tries to get it back out to Frazier instead. That pass had no chance. It's knocked away out of bounds. Ball goes back over to Chicago. It's an 18-point lead for the Knicks. Now at the midway point of the third quarter. Chicago with the basketball, trying to get something done on the offensive end. They're going to look down low to Walker. Walker drops it to Love. Bad pass, stolen by Bradley. 17 turnovers on the night now and 10 steals for the Knicks. That Knicks defense is relentless. Outside they go to Bradley. Down low to Fillmore. Fillmore kicks it back out to Bradley. Bradley with the outside jump shot is good.
Bill Bradley.
Nice little two-man game with Fillmore. Got Bradley open for the shot. And New York now leads by 20, 66-46 is the game. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the chat in the chat room, because that's a lot more compelling than what we're seeing on the court here tonight. What we're seeing on the court here tonight is a good old-fashioned butt whooping being administered by the New York Knicks. Van Leer trying to get something going on offense. He's going to put it on the floor. He fakes right. He drives. He shoots. And it's around and out. No good. But he is fouled on the play by Bradley. And that will put Van Leer on the line for 2 shots. Maybe Chicago needs to attack the rim. As Van Leer missed the free throw. He can't get it to fall. One of the premier free throw shooters of the era. And yet he missed the free throw. Got the second one to go. 66-47 is your score. Now under 5.5 to play in the third. Out on top with it is Frazier. From the outside, pulls the trigger. It's off iron, no good. Rebound taken by Burwinkle for Chicago. Back come the Bulls. The Bulls look inside to Love. They can't get it to him. It winds up in the hands of Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan gets into the lane. Shoots and scores. As now we've got Bradley and Walker exchanging words. This has been a tense series on both benches. And frustrations are beginning to bubble up here a little bit. Sloan with his first points of the night. The lead is 66-49. Chicago still trails by 17. New York on the ball. Bradley with it on the outside. Comes off a screen, has an open look from the perimeter, but he left it short. And the rebound is taken by Chet Walker for the Bulls. New York quickly back in transition defense. The Bulls will have to walk the ball up the other end of the court. They look inside to Walker. Walker in transition gets to the spot. Shuffles his feet, no call. The turnaround jump shot is up no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul, and that one is against Jerry Lucas. And that will send Chet Walker to the line for 2 free throws. 4:40 to play in the third period. Getting close to time to go to the second units. As Walker hits the first free throw. He's now got 12 points. He leads the Bulls. Make it 13 now as Walker converts them both. But the deficit is still 15, and that's right where we started at the beginning of the third quarter. Almost 8 minutes have gone by, and Chicago has been unable to trim the deficit. New York with the basketball now, looking inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere against Walker battling it out down there. DeBusschere's shot is no good. Fillmore comes down with the offensive rebound for the Knicks. Fillmore with the putback attempt, and that is good. First 2 of the night for Greg Fillmore, and the lead is back to 17. Chicago gets it to Walker on the outside. Guarded closely by DeBusschere. Walker leaves the jump shot short, and DeBusschere takes the rebound. Continued domination for the Knicks. They have a transition opportunity here, but nursing this big lead, they're just going to pull it back, and Frazier will reset the offense. Frazier now on the outside, guarded by Van Leer. 11 on the shot clock. Frazier will explore the lane. He gets into the paint, tries to get it down low to Fillmore, but that pass goes astray, and that's a turnover for the Knicks. Ball goes over to Chicago, and with this stoppage of play, we'll come back with the second units. Jim Barnett to run the point with Dean Meminger. Phil Jackson back into the game, along with Charlie Paulk. And with Fillmore being this tired, they're going to have to go with Rackley in spite of the 4 fouls. Chicago comes in with Weiss and King. Dinkins and Porter. And Clifford Ray, their usual backup 5. Ray and Weiss are the key cogs in this wheel, and they're going to have to do some damage here and see if they can't tighten up this score here a little bit and give the starters an opportunity for one last run down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Chicago has possession in the hands of Weiss. Weiss scoring up against Dick Barnett, veteran on veteran. Total of 20 years experience between these two in this ball game here tonight. Weiss is going to try and get it inside to Porter. Not a good pass. Taken away by Barnett. 3-on-2 for the Knicks the other way, led by Barnett. He's got Jackson with him and Polk. Barnett will take it all the way coast to coast. Sends it to Jackson on the wing. Back to Barnett for the easy layup. Dick Barnett with it coast to coast. Puts Chicago back up on top by puts New York back on top by 19. 70-51 is your score. Under 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Now we've got an injury on the play, and that is Jackie Dickens. And he is going to be out for the game. That will bring Chet Walker back into the game, at least for the time being. He's not going to go the whole way, I don't suppose. But they'll have to move some minutes around here creatively for Chicago down the stretch. But if they're still going to trail by 20 the rest of the way, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Chicago with the basketball now in the hands of Weiss. Facing up against Barnett, Weiss is going to pull the trigger. And it's off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound taken out of there by the Knicks, by Phil Jackson. 3-on-2 the other way, Barnett. He's got Memminger and Jackson on the wings. The quick outlet, Jackson down the right side of the floor. Jackson to the hoop, lays it up and good.
Phil Jackson.
Surprisingly, the first 2 points of the night for Phil Jackson. He does have 6 rebounds, and New York is now on top by 21, 72-51. This game is just getting worse and worse as time goes by. Here's Weiss on the other end. He's going to look to take the shot, but we've got an illegal defense warning issued to the Knicks. So a stoppage of play, and the offense will reset for Chicago. If that happens again, it will serve as a technical foul and a free throw opportunity. Inside they go to Clifford Ray. Ray on the pick and roll. Up and under over Luther Radley. Lays it up and good. 10 points now for Clifford Ray to go with 6 rebounds. Can Chicago get a stop? New York up to 54% from the field. They've got Barnett with it on the wing. It's stolen by Weiss. Nicely done on the defensive end by Weiss. Here comes Chicago in transition. It's 3-on-2. Weiss has King and Walker on the break. Weiss dribbles to his right. Sends it cross court to Walker. Walker lays it up, around and out. No good. Walker gets his own rebound. Walker on the putback attempt. His short jump shot is blocked. Blocked by Jackson. The ball is batted around. It winds up in the hands of King. King lays it up off the backboard and good. Alert play by Jim King to grab the loose ball and put it home. 72-55 now is your score. The deficit is 17. New York's got it in the hands of Barnett. Plenty of time on the shot clock. He looks down low to Polk. Polk working on Porter. Rises up, shoots, and scores.
Charlie Polk from Barnett.
Tough shot by Charlie Polk. New York back on top by 19. Not showing any signs of letting loose with any little bit of this 19-point lead. As Chicago now looks inside to Porter. Boy, Porter and Polk have had a war coming off the bench. Here's Porter taking it up inside strong against Polk. He missed it. He wanted the foul, didn't get the call. Rebound taken out of there by Jackson. Knicks have it 4-on-1 going the other way. Barnett on the break. Jackson on the wing. Cross courts to Memminger. Memminger drops it off to Rackley. Rackley cannot get the layup to go. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds over to Chicago. The Bulls catch a break on that opportunity. But we're down to 2 minutes to go in the third, and the lead is 19. So unless Dick Motta has a rabbit up his sleeve, this is not looking like a good finish for the Bulls. Chicago looks inside to Porter. Porter from the baseline. The short jump shot is no good. Walker comes out of there with the rebound. Sends it back out to Weiss for a fresh shot clock. What's Weiss going to do? Sends it to Walker on the baseline. Baseline jump shot by Walker is no good. Rackley and Ray now exchanging words on the opposite side as Ray comes out of there with the rebound. Ray on the offensive glass. Looks to put up the putback attempt. And he hits it. 12 points now and 7 rebounds for Clifford Ray. The lead is 17. Minute 42 to play in the third. New York gets it inside to Rackley. 13 on the shot clock, working on Ray. These two have been battling it out. Rackley leaves the jump shot short. Jackson comes out of the scrum with a rebound for New York. Jackson with a putback attempt over Walker is good. That's now 4 points, 8 rebounds for Phil Jackson, and the lead is back to 19. Chicago with the basketball, despite the big deficit. They've got it in the hands of Weiss. Weiss from the outside has his shot blocked. Tipped out of there by Rackley. Rolls out of bounds. Chicago will keep possession with 11 on the shot clock. They look inside to Porter. Porter and Polk banging bodies. Short jump shot by Porter is no good. Rebound by Walker. Walker with a putback. His short jump shot is no good. Another rebound for Clifford Ray. Ray with a putback opportunity. It's no good. Another rebound for Ray. This is 4 tries that the Bulls have had to get the score here, and finally Ray puts it home. Boy, the struggles from the field continue for Chicago, but Ray finally gets the basket. That cuts the lead to 76-59. 56 seconds now to play in the third. With the ball is Barnett. Guarded by Weiss out on top. 14 on the shot clock. Barnett will put it on the floor. Gets into the lane, dumps it off to Polk. Gets it back. The shot by Barnett is no good, but the offensive rebound is taken by Luther Rackley. Rackley with a putback attempt against Ray. High off the backboard and good. New York getting some nice contributions by their backups. 8 points for Luther Rackley, 6 for Charlie Polk. And it is 78-59. New York with the lead. Chicago with the basketball under 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Now Red Sox fan is on a chat session with Tom Vogel of Wrestling's Finest. And I know where I'm going to head after the conclusion of this game. Chicago gets it into the hands of King. King on the perimeter. Ooh, fakes the shot, drives the lane, misses the layup, and Jackson takes the rebound for New York. Chicago still continues to struggle. They're under 33% from the field for the game. New York with the big lead in the basketball. 25 on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock. As they swing it around to Polk. Polk gets a easy-looking jump shot from the baseline, and he scores it. 8 points now for Polk, and the lead is back up to 21, 80-59, equaling the largest margin of the game for New York. Chicago looks inside to Porter, 14 on the shot clock. Porter's going to kick it back out. They're going to hold for the final shot of the period. They get it into the hands now of Walker. 7 seconds on the clock. Walker inside against Jackson. He shoots and scores. That is 15 for Chet Walker. 3 seconds now on the game clock. Can New York get anything done here before the end of the period? They get it in the hands of Jackson at the center line. His shot's no good. And that will end the third quarter. So another substandard quarter from Chicago's standpoint, as the Knicks added 4 points to their lead. And coming into the final break, they lead 80-61. Walker has 15 for Chicago on 5 of 18 shooting. Love 4 of 11 shooting. So betwixt and between them, they're 9 for 29. And that explains why Chicago is having such a rough time putting points on the board. Nice night off the bench for Clifford Ray with those 14 points, 9 rebounds. And of course, New York, very balanced scoring attack. 15 for Lucas, 14 for Bradley, 12 apiece for Frazier and DeBusschere. And big rebounding nights from DeBusschere and Phil Jackson for the Knicks as they have a comfortable lead. Now let's decide what we're going to do with the lineups. Chet Walker desperately needs a break. So we will bring Love back into the game at the power forward and move Porter down to the small forward. And that will take care of the needs for Chicago. New York, I think, is going to be able to stick with their second unit out there as they're all fresh and they're badly outplaying anybody that Chicago's been able to put on the floor anyways. So as we begin the fourth quarter, the lead is 19. The jump ball is in the air and it's controlled by Chicago. Weiss running the point. Brings the ball up slowly. Looks to distribute, gets it over to King on the perimeter. King sends it over to Porter, and the perimeter jump shot by Porter is good. And he's fouled on the play by Jackson. And now Jackson has a few words for the refs. And that trend would continue for decades. As Jackson barking at the officials continued on into the 80s and 90s. Porter with a chance for a three-point play. He hits the free throw, and that makes it an 80-64 game. Here comes New York with their first possession of the quarter. Led by Dick Barnett. Barnett looks inside. Dumps it down low to Jackson. Jackson posting up over Porter. Steps to his left, lays it up off the glass and good. Nice little drop step there by Jackson. Basket for New York. Bulls coming down the other way. They get it inside to Love. Love working now against Charlie Polk at the 4 position. And Love turns and fires one home. Set up well by Weiss. The lead is still 16. Can the Bulls get a stop? The open man for New York is Rackley. They get it to him down low. Working against Clifford Ray. Ray fouled him. One shot now for Luther Rackley. And he scores it. 9 points now for Rackley. And the lead is 17. First minute gone by here in quarter number 4. Chicago with the basketball inside. They go to Love. Love comes off a screen. Has the much smaller Memminger guarding him. And he puts home the easy bunny there. Easy shot for Love. But they've got to get something done on defense. The runs start on defense. Inside they get it again to Jackson. Banging bodies with Porter under the hoop. The shot won't go down. And Bob Love takes the rebound for Chicago. Now Chicago's got a transition opportunity with Weiss. With King and Love. They get it to Ray on the baseline. Back to King, the trailer. King lays it up and good. 5 points now for King. And the lead is down to 13. Fans in New York start clapping and stomping, cheering on their squad to maintain the lead here into the fourth quarter. As they go down low to Rackley. Rackley in the paint has his shot blocked. Clifford Ray got a piece of it. Rackley gets his own miss. Rackley on the putback attempt is short. And now Rackley and Ray are jostling for the ball. Things getting physical at that end of the floor. Ray comes out of there with it. Sends it out to Weiss. Weiss is going to lead the transition. The outlet pass goes to Ray. Ray drops it to King. King drives and misses the layup. Oh, King had a chance there for a basket that would have helped. His layup was too strong, and Phil Jackson comes out of there with his 10th rebound of the night for the Knicks. Knicks will bring it back the other way slowly as their lead has been cut to 13. And Coach Red Holtzman encouraging his team to settle down and just take their time and run their offense. No need to panic as Barnett dribbles into the front court. 10 on the shot clock. Barnett working out on top against Weiss. Barnett steps into the lane. Collides with Weiss. The shot is no good. Both sides screaming for a foul. No whistle is blown. King takes the rebound out of there for Chicago. The Bulls get another possession. Weiss brings it up. Sends it on the perimeter to King. King will pull the trigger from outside. He left it short. Rebound taken out of there by Love. We've got a loose ball foul on the play, and that is called against Dean Meminger from the Knicks. One free throw for Love. He can cut the lead to 12. Very good free throw shooter for a big man, and he hits the free throw. The score is now 83-71. New York with the lead and the basketball, but their lead has begun to shrivel. They look inside to Phil Jackson. Jackson working against Porter from the high post. He steps to his left. He shoots and misses, but he's fouled by Porter on the play, and now Porter is upset with the referees. Boy, the referees just can't make anybody happy here tonight as this game has gotten chippy as it has been throughout the series. Jackson hits the first free throw, giving him 7 points on the night to go with his 10 rebounds. Jackson hits them both, and the lead is up to 14, 85-71. 9:24 to play in the contest. King has it on the outside. King's got an open look at a perimeter jump shot, and he delivers. Came off the pick, had an open look, and buried it. And the lead is back to 12, 85-73. New York with the basketball. Bulls looking for another stop. It's in the hands of Barnett. Barnett against Weiss, fakes, penetrates, gets into the lane. He's cut off by Ray. His shot is no good, and the Bulls get the rebound from Howard Porter. Porter with a quick outlet to Weiss, and Chicago has numbers in transition. Weiss takes it down the center of the court, dribbles to his left, lays it up, and scores. Just like that, it is a 10-point game. How about that? As the Bulls open the fourth quarter with a run, the fans here at Madison Square Garden are getting tense, as the lead has been cut by 9 points just here in the first 3 minutes of play in the fourth quarter. Here's Barnett, sending it inside to Polk. Polk picked up on the switch by Porter. His short jump shot over Porter is off the iron, no good, but Porter got him with the body. And Charlie Polk has 2 free throws headed his way. He missed the first. He'll have one more opportunity. New York is going to come back with their front line, Frazier, Bradley, and Lucas, as well as DeBuscher. Polk will remain in the game to shoot the free throws. The second free throw by Polk is good. He's got 9 points, and the lead is 11, 86-75. Chicago with the basketball. Inside they get it to Love. Love working down low into the paint. Rises up, shoots, and scores. The lead is 9, 86-77, 8.5 to play. Here's that run that Chicago was hoping for. Frazier with it now out on top. Frazier's going to drive into the paint. He steps around Weiss, gets into the lane, spins. Ray cuts him off. Frazier leaves the layup short. Ray takes the rebound for Chicago. Well defended on that opportunity. Bulls bring it back the other way slowly. Weiss with it. Looks to distribute. Finds Love. Tries to find Love down low. And Love has it stolen away by Bradley. Not a good pass that time by Weiss. And that is a costly turnover for Chicago. Their 20th on the night. Back come the Knicks with Frazier. To DeBuscher on the wing, back to Frazier. Frazier pulls the trigger from the free throw line and scores it.
From Frazier.
Nothing but the bottom of the net for Frazier. He's got 12 points now, 14 now, and The lead is back to 11. As the Bulls will take a timeout here and get their starting unit back into the game. Jackson will return to action for New York. And for Chicago, it will be the starting five back into the ball game. Everybody's fresh and ready for this last run as we're under 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Things are tightening up here in the fourth quarter. Walker to inbound for Chicago. They trail by 11. The pass goes to Love on the baseline. Love's got an open look. He's 12 feet away. He shoots and scores.
Love from Bullwinkle.
17 points now for Love. Love and Walker have picked it up here in the fourth quarter. The lead is 9, 88-79. As the Knicks go inside to Jackson. Jackson working against Love. Sends it outside to Frazier. Oh, nice pass by Jackson over to Frazier as Frazier cuts through the lane, lays it up and good. Well done by New York to once again take a little momentum out of the Chicago run. We're approaching 7 minutes to play. The lead is 11. Van Leer looks to distribute. Can't find Walker. Pulls the trigger on a 16-foot jump shot. It's no good, but he is hit on the arm by Frazier, and Norm Van Leer will go to the line for 2 free throws. The first free throw for Van Leer is good. That cuts it to a 10-point lead, 90-80. And Van Leer hits them both. The lead is 9, 90-81. Now 7 minutes to play in the fourth. New York with the basketball. Inside they go to DeBusschere. DeBusschere has the size advantage over Sloan. Sloan, a tough inside defender. And he forced DeBusschere to change the shot. It rolls in and out, and Bullwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. Bulls look for another opportunity to cut into the lead. Van Leer brings it up. Sends it over to Sloan on the perimeter. 6 on the shot clock. Sloan needs to work quickly. Can he get it into the lane? He fakes, he penetrates, he shoots, he scores.
Sloan.
Nice move by Sloan to beat the defender and beat the shot clock. And this lead has been cut to 7. 90-83, 6.5 minutes to play in the game. As action has picked up here in the fourth quarter. Frazier with it outside, working against Van Leer. He's got 14 points, 9 assists on the night. He's going to pull the trigger from the outside. The ball's knocked away, out of bounds, and possession goes to Chicago. Another turnover for New York. And Chicago has yet another opportunity. They can cut it to 5 on this possession. Working patiently, they get it to Van Leer on the outside. His 15-footer is no good. Well defended by Frazier. Knicks rebound taken out of there by Lucas. Frazier wants to run. New York's got the numbers. Frazier's got the outlet. He dribbles to his right. He cuts into the lane, drops it off to Jackson. Jackson lays it up, no good. And Chet Walker takes the rebound out of there for Chicago. Missed opportunity for Knicks. We're at the midway point of the fourth quarter. 6:02 to play. The lead for New York is 7. Chicago with the basketball. Van Leer brings it up. Walker comes off a screen inside. He calls for it down low. Frazier denies it. And the ball is kicked away out of bounds. That's a turnover. Frazier was on a mismatch down there in the low post trying to guard Chet Walker, but he did his job and forced the turnover. New York regains possession, still leading by 7. Knicks with the basketball. They get it into Jackson, working down low against Love. Jackson is not liking that matchup. He sends it out to Bradley at the top of the key. Bradley's jump shot is no good, and Bullwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. New York couldn't find a shot they liked on that possession, and they came up empty. Now the Bulls have it in the hands of Sloan. Sloan works inside against Bradley. Sends it back out to the key. Sloan comes outside. Gets the pass from Van Leer. Takes it into the lane. His path is blocked by Bradley. But Sloan gets around him and lays it up and good, and he is fouled by Bradley on the play. Bradley late coming over as Sloan took the pass on the perimeter. Got to the hoop. Got the basket. Got the foul. Sloan with a chance for a three-point play. He can cut this lead to 4. Fans in New York are beside themselves. As Sloan steps to the free throw line, he misses the free throw. The rebound is knocked around. It comes back out to Sloan. Sloan sends it to Van Leer, and Chicago gets another possession. Bulls trail by 5, but they are on the comeback trail here. With yet another possession, and they get it inside to Chet Walker. Walker rises up from the paint and scores it. 17 for Walker. It is a 3-point game. What a comeback we have seen here in a frenetic fourth quarter. New York 90, Chicago 87. Under 5 minutes to play. New York has possession. Inside they go to DeBusschere. Trying to put an end to this rally. DeBusschere shoots and scores.
Dave DeBusschere from Frazier.
Give the assist to Frazier. Frazier now has 14 points, 10 assists on the night. The lead is back to 5. 4:43 to play. Chicago basketball. Van Leer has it. Looks to distribute. Fakes the pass. Steps to his left. Takes the jump shot. That's no good. Jerry Lucas on the rebound for the Knicks. New York trying to regain control over this one as the lead was cut perilously short. As Chicago came within 3. New York now has the basketball and a 5-point lead with 4:21 to play. Frazier with it, looks inside to DeBusschere. DeBusschere has it knocked away. And it is a turnover. DeBusschere had it knocked away, picked it up, tried to get the shot off, but he shuffled the feet and he's called for the travel. 4:14 to play. Chicago trails by 5. Van Leer brings the Bulls down to the offense. He sends it down to Sloan, working down low on Bradley. 14 on the shot clock. New York with a tight defensive stand here. Sloan has to force up a tough shot. He's got it knocked away off the hands of Van Leer and out of bounds. Good defensive possession for the Knicks that time. The lead is 5, 92-87, under 4 minutes to play. New York desperately clinging to this lead as Frazier brings the offense back. Frazier calls a play, sends it down low to DeBusschere. DeBusschere having a good night working down low against Walker. He gets into the paint once again. He double pumps. He shoots. He misses. Off the back iron, no good. We've got a whistle on the rebound, and that is going to be a loose ball foul on Phil Jackson, and that is his 5th. But with 3.5 minutes to play, Jackson is not coming in. Well, he is going to come out and take a rest here as he is hitting his fatigue. So New York will go to the bench. They will bring Greg Fillmore into the game at the center, and Lucas will shift over to the small forward, to the power forward position, and that will allow Jackson to catch a breather here as he goes to the bench with 3.5 minutes to play, having picked up his 5th foul. It'll be one shot for Jerry Sloan. He can cut the lead to 4. But he misses. Sloan missed the free throw. Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for New York. Knicks will get another possession with a 5-point lead as we're under 3.5 to play. The ball's in the hands of Bradley on the wing. Bradley looks for help, sends it to Frazier out on top. Frazier with an open look as he comes off the screen. He sets, he shoots, he misses. Rolled around the rim and out, and Burwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. 3:12 to play. Bulls with the basketball, trailing by 5. Here's Van Leer with a quick shot from outside. It's knocked away from him, out of bounds to Chicago. Frazier with the quick hands, knocked the ball away from Van Leer, but could not save it. Walker to inbound. 8 on the shot clock. He finds Walker on the low block. Walker works it inside against DeBusschere. They kick it out to Sloan on the left wing. Sloan with the perimeter jump shot is good.
From Walker.
Sloan is not typically the guy that you go to in the clutch, but he scored that one. And with under 3 minutes to play, the lead has been cut to 3. New York with the basketball. 92-89 is your score. DeBusschere inside, working hard against Chet Walker in the lane. DeBusschere gets into the paint, lays it up and good. A clutch shot by DeBusschere puts New York back on top by 5. 2:32 to play. Chicago needs a hoop. Van Leer takes the quick jump shot, no good. There's a scramble for the loose ball. It's pulled out of there by Frazier. The fans in New York here are on their feet as Frazier comes out of there with the rebound, and New York looks to extend the lead. Frazier takes it into the front court. Calls a play. Sends it to Bradley on the perimeter. Working against Jerry Sloan. Bradley dribbles to his left, pulls the trigger, and scores it.
Dollar bill.
What a shot by Bill Bradley over the tough defense of Jerry Sloan. The lead is now 7, and we're under 2 minutes to play. And I think that sequence may have been the deciding moment of this ball game, as Chicago is going to have to do something in a hurry to cut into this 7-point lead with now under 2 minutes to play. Van Leer on the perimeter finds Sloan inside. Sloan with the turnaround jump shot, no good. Tipped out of there and cleared away by Frazier. New York will walk it back the other way. 1:43 to play. The lead is 7. Action continues as New York tries to get down the court ahead of the press. Frazier sets things up, calls the offense. Drops it inside to Lucas. Lucas back to Frazier. Frazier can't hit the jump shot, and the rebound is taken by Love. Bulls want to attack in transition. Quick outlet to Van Leer. Van Leer dribbles down the center of the court. Drops it to Love. Love inside, cannot get the layup to go. And DeBusschere with the rebound for New York. A costly miss for Chicago. As New York is looking more and more like they're going to hold on. We're under a minute and a half to play. And the lead is 7. Knicks are going to try and burn some clock, and Frazier's fouled by Van Leer. Just one shot. As Chicago has only committed 4 fouls this quarter. The shot by Frazier is good. And that makes the lead 8. 97-89. Frazier's made 24 in a row. He's got 15 points, 10 assists on the night. Chicago working quickly as Van Leer hustles it down the court. They get it inside to Walker. Walker on the low block. Tough in the clutch. Short pump fake. Jump shot is good. That's 19 for Walker. The lead is 6, but we're under a minute to play. As New York wants to burn some clock and Sloan grabs Frazier for the foul, Frazier will shoot 2. His first shot is good as the New York fans come to their feet in appreciation of a stellar effort here by the Knicks. Frazier hits them both. The lead is 8, 99-91, 57 seconds to play. Sloan inbounds to Van Leer. Van Leer looks inside quickly to Walker. Creating some space down low. Walker lays it up around the rim and out, no good. Burwinkle takes the rebound. Burwinkle with the putback attempt. Pump fakes, shoots, and scores. And he's fouled on the play by Phil Moore. Burwinkle will have a chance to cut the lead to 5. with one and possibly a bonus. Burwinkle missed the shot. He'll get the bonus. And he missed that one. He missed them both, and Jerry Lucas takes the rebound for New York. 42 seconds to play. The Knicks lead by 6. They beat the press. Frazier dribbling out some clock. Sends it down to Fillmore. Back to Frazier. And Frazier's fouled by Van Leer. More free throws for Frazier, as the Knicks want to continue to put the icing on the cake. Frazier hits the first. That's 27 in a row now for Frazier. 18 points on the game, now 19. And the lead is up to 8 with 40 seconds to play. Chicago working as quickly as they can. They get it inside to Love. Love working against Lucas down low. Lucas doesn't want to foul. The jump shot over Lucas is good. That's 19 for Love. The lead is now 6, but we're down to 19 seconds to play, and the shot clock is turned off. So the Knicks just want to hold the ball. They get it in the hands of Frazier. And Frazier sends it over to Bradley, and Bradley's fouled. Bradley will get 2 free throws with 18 seconds to play. And the Knicks up by 6. Bradley hits the first. Bradley hits them both. So the lead is 8, 103-95, 18 seconds to play. Chicago quickly gets it up the court. They get it to Love. Love hits the layup. That cuts the lead to 6 now with 14 seconds to play. Frazier dribbles into the front court, lets the clock run, sends it to DeBusschere, and DeBusschere's fouled this time. It'll be DeBusschere to the line for 2, 12 seconds to play. And DeBusschere hits the first. DeBusschere hits them both, and that presses the lead to 8 once again with now 12 seconds to play. Chicago determined to play this one out to the final whistle. They throw it down the floor to Love. Love takes the baseline jump shot. That's too strong off the rim. Fillmore with the rebound for New York. 3 seconds to go. We'll see if they try and foul again. Frazier brings it up across the timeline, runs out the clock, and that will be your game. What a fourth quarter we saw. Finally, Chicago got the offense going in the fourth, but it was too little and too late as New York holds on for an 8-point victory. Your final score, New York 105, Chicago 97. And actually, Bob Love led all scorers with 21 points for Chicago. Chet Walker with 19. But those two were stone cold until the fourth quarter. And by then, they had dug themselves a hole that was too big to escape. 20 points for DeBusschere, 19 points, 10 assists for Frazier, 18 for Bradley, and 15 for Lucas for your New York Knicks. In the final quarter, it was Love with 13 points, Sloan with 6 points off the bench, Walker 4, King 4. As Love led the Bulls comeback, but it was too little, too late. As New York holds on, they take the victory on their home court. And they have taken a 2-1 lead in the series. Game 4 will be played in Madison Square Garden. And if New York can win that one, they'll move to the finals. So that is all for tonight's action. Thank you to everybody who came in. Great lively chat here tonight. D. Scott Howard, Dave Gardner, ID Jester, Tribe Fan 879 stopped in. And just a good night to be out and watch some basketball here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. So once again, thank you to everybody who checked out tonight's action. That's our stream, and I am out of here.